Hello, everyone. What's good? How are we all doing? So how's the week been treating you? So how's Thursday treating you? How's everything going down? Cause you know, it's going good. Not good enough, obviously, to to stream on. I still have yet to figure out a proper schedule to do streams properly, like throughout like the early point of the week and like all that. But you know, we'll get there. In the meantime, though, I thought I have about a time I need to kind of kill off before I head to Big Sleepo. And still have a lot of things to do in Gran Turismo 3, so, why not kill two birds with one stone? So, it be do. And actually, I should point out that this actually should be a lot better looking now. I did, at least look in a little bit actually into improving the quality of yield uh, emulator. So hopefully it's better. I'm actually noticing something that's annoying me, so I'm gonna quickly do Fixerino. Fit the screen. Thank you. Hey. You look at that, and all I have to do now is just center and work around. Center and work around. Right. You get back here. Get back here and do not play any of that music. We're not allowed that around these parts. I'm trying to remember what the hell we had to do last time. Pretty sure we had. Okay, we done that. We done the type R. Was it the amateur one? I think we had to do now. Yeah. Yeah, it was the amateur one we had to do. Go figure. Also, in our big NSX, and oh, we actually now have an NSX to go fight. That's good. So I'm actually gonna start up the music again. And let's go. And I'm hoping that this NSX is actually kitted out to just cleanly dig this. I think it is. We don't actually have tires to worry about this, which is actually nice. That's actually a sigh of relief. We can actually just breeze our way through this. Oh god. Oh, and I messed up that turn. Oh well. We're in a fast enough car that, we can pick up the slack on our mistakes, Plus there's another 4 laps to go, so our mistakes aren't that bad anyway. Oh god. So, how's all y'all weeks been anyway? I know for myself, anyway, it's been kind of quiet and also, like, I don't know, busy. It's been it's been interesting, it's been interesting. It definitely didn't stop me from, I think it was Tuesday? Is that a Monday or Tuesday? From going on to Tekken and quickly sniping Fergus on Mighty Ruler as he was doing his Oscar sweep run. Spoiler alert, I got wiped a lot. However, I did parry him after raid stripes, so, the moral victory, I took that. I lost the rank, but you know, moral victory. Oh, I definitely do not have the tires to do that kind of 100-meter stop. Well, and as I was actually playing Fergus, I had a brainwave. More so like how I approach a game against someone who I know is better than me, but also someone who's high profile, which is intriguing, you know. And as I noticed anyway, that a lot of my execution, well, like decision making aside, right, a lot of my execution suffers under that. Cause like I did some weird like stuff, and there was times I was even struggling to, you know, to do what I was wanting to do, just cause of, you know, I think nerves and all that. I think what it might end up doing to me is restarting the fire to like properly start improving again. You know, like I'll try my best to approach it in a way that isn't as toxic as the way I did it last time, because my like run on Josie from like, I think it was Fighter. Is that no? I didn't go that low, did I? It might have been, actually. I might have went that low. I think maybe Fighter, Warrior, all the way up to Mighty Ruler. Like, I had some toxic interactions as like I was going through ranked. Like, from my side, anyway. I would definitely need to break that, but even then, just, you know, playing people outside of ranked and all, I think I just need to do an attitude shake-up, and I think I'd be good. Because, you know, it's not to say I love Tekken still, I still love playing it. It's just that point of just breaking through the barrier that's keeping me back at the minute. It's just finding that way to finding the way to do it in a way that isn't gonna bite me back, you know. Which, you know, I'm confident I'll do. But I just don't know when. That's the thing. If anything, see, I'm trying to think, because I don't want to do, you know, the equivalent of what I did the last time and quote-unquote take on a training with. We all know what happened the last time I did that. The character became a main. But I don't want to sacrifice the hours I put out on both Josie and Law to kind of pick up another character. As fun as I find a lot of the Tekken cast, in terms of improving me as a player, I think I should stick with what I have for now. You know? Like, maybe in a pinch, right? In, you know, the occasional tournament or in casuals, pull out the old man, Omen, Thunder God for some people. You know? But mainly, you know, stick with the Law and Josie. I just, you know, see what I gotta do for myself. And also get better at fighting the problematic matchups I have personally. Like, not character matchups, in terms of, you know, my character versus their character, but more me as a player versus that character. You know? Which I'm confident I'll do eventually too. The problem is I want to balance everything out too, because like I'm still having a blast on KOF 2K2 as much as it's actually got to the point now of starting to quote unquote get better. that the execution of certain things, especially on Vanessa, that is like maybe gonna catch up to me. And I don't want it to ruin shit, because like there was a legit day. I actually think it was Tuesday night, I'm not gonna lie, because it was the day it was Tuesday I played Fergus, so it was Tuesday the day that I had to rest my hands because they were feeling sore. And I think that Monday night I was playing KOF with... was I playing KOF with Kira? I might have been, but I'm not sure. But all I know is when I was playing afterwards then, I just felt like this pain just in my hands and wrists, and I was like, oh god, no. No fighting games for me. If anything, probably not going to be any games for me either, and that's what I did. That's what I did. I was like, alright, no games for me, so I guess I'll just continue watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And that's what I did. Oh, that was almost a decent corner, and then I had to hit the wall. Also, look at the gaps on everyone on this track. Like, I'm 38 seconds ahead. I haven't had this much of a lead in this game at this point ever, I think. This is great. Like, this is something that's just like, wow! 30 seconds of nothingness I can just do, and I can still win. It's great. Special stage? Alright, let me take it. Burp, 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 burp. We'll say this game does look a lot better now. I just saw a building pop up. But yeah, I can actually talk about what I was doing to kind of mess around with this. And it only occurred to me too because I was actually messing with the PS1 emulator to make that look better. Because like there was certain like ways it was like emulating the ground and all that was kind of putting me off. Like I say in like Type 4. So I was like, alright, I need to look onto this for a second. Looked onto it, and I've got it looking pretty darn nice actually. Pretty darn nice. So I had the brainwave of like, well, why don't I just do the same to the PS2 emulator? I'm sure I could probably make it look amazing too. And yep, wasn't exactly difficult. So at the minute, I believe I'm now running 4 times the native resolution, and also like what, 4 times anti-aliasing or something like that anyway. And for me anyway, it looks a lot better, which is great. And we've sacrificed 0 fucking frames. And I suppose anyone in chat's gonna have to tell me if it's looking good or not. So I low-key kind of rate racing Special Stage Route 11 to the P4 music, just to the Velvet Room. Jesus Christ, 1 lap and we've already done a 10-second lead. Like, I guarantee at the end of this race I could stop at the finish line, stop the music, take a drink, and have a wee stretch, and then go across the finish line, and I'd still come first. I guarantee it. like even just racing Route 11, it's just everything just actually does look better, which is, you know, a major W. Although I'm gonna admit, it's kind of hard to commentate a race you're doing that, you know, you've currently got an 18-second lead on, basically. Like, what is there to commentate? Oh, I'm doing insanely well. I'm getting the lead. That's about it. You know? Because like, I'll tease it right now, you know. I'm thinking after we 100% Gran Turismo 3 that I bought F1 2020 because, you know, I've been getting back into F1 again and all that, and the game went on sale for like half price or something, I think it was. I was like, alright, why not? I'll go for it. Seeing as I got 18 free and I was having a wee bit of bounce just going around that, so I picked up F1 2020, and I have a team made, and I've not done the first race in Australia, but I'm like, what? I know something that'd be good. Why don't I do the whole season with full races? And then it clicked to me how long that would take, so I'm thinking, right, maybe a good way to pass the time would be to stream it, but I don't want to interfere with GT3's, like, streamed run. So yeah, the next racing game would be after GT3 anyway, for like a proper playthrough, like, you know, a full, well, I say in 2020's case it'll be not 100% playthrough, but just like maybe a season or two or something on stream, probably like a season and a half, I don't know, but like enough anyway that we can clearly see like a good direction for ourselves on it, you know. Hello, CJ. Hey, Digital, what's going on? How's Big Thursday treating you? Good, you? Yeah, Big Thursday's treating me alright too. I'm feeling kind of tired, in all fairness. It's partially the reason I'm streaming is so I can, like, get helped to be sent over the edge. At the same time, I was like, you know, I want to at least do some kind of stream tonight, and here we are, kill two birds with one stone. Oh, it totally is. It's the End of Deception music from Ace Combat X is absolutely that. I recognize this beat anywhere. Don't crash. Okay. Alright, well, we didn't crash. Sort of. That's fine. Let's see. Watched all 3 seasons of Overlord and Wise Man's Grandchild. Now watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Then moving on to Black Clover. God damn, you are moving through series fast. If I didn't know any better, I'd be dangerously close to calling you a weeb at this rate. Yeah, that's what I could be inclined to maybe say. You've already watched RE0 and the new SAO season. Alright, maybe more inclined to call you a weeb. Just a tiny bit, maybe, I don't know. Just a little bit, you know, just a tiny pinch. Is that new SAO season even decent? Because I remember, like, I have watched the full first and second seasons. And it's like, you know, I enjoyed the first half of season 1. Clawed my way through the second half. Enjoyed the first half of season 2. And then, I don't know, I just have almost had that same kind of feeling in the end of season 2. But it was a lot easier to stay attached to it because of, you know, the whole general storyline of it. But this was a long time ago I watched it, so opinions may have changed, I don't know. You can't pull yourself away from a good story. That's the excuse. I was gonna say, oh, that's the excuse, and then you put an yeah right next to it. Alright, hold up. It's not as good as season 1 and 2, but it gets a pass. Okay. I mean, I'll probably get around to it, like, eventually then, if that's the case. I didn't actually look at what that lead was, but you know what? Let's do that, actually. Let me just grab a drink. Grab a drink. Let's stop the music for now. Take a wee stretch. Would you look at that? I still had time. I still had plenty of time. Oh, this NSX is probably one of the best purchases we've had in a long time. You blame the rise of the Shield Hero and Knights of Magic for getting you back in the anime. It's always something. It's always something. Next thing I know, you're gonna be eating your way into every chat. It's not even gonna be a hello. It's just gonna be an and then it's gonna be hello. Who knows? It could. No, if you're gonna have to save yourself, you know, there's a deeper hole you could go into where you start calling people senpai and, you know, all this, and I'm like, ooh, you don't want to go that far. Ooh. Not every chat has an yeah. True. There's a lot of them that do. Be it through BT TV or through their own sub emotes. DC and Marvel don't have as much creativity as anime. I only watch dub animes and the weeb shit. Nah. You can't pull the dub card on being a weeb. Nah. I don't think a dub excuses you for being a weeb. I don't think it does. If anything, dub can be worse at some points because they exaggerate the lines a lot sometimes, which is very much what puts me off it. Like, I'm fine with it in Japanese because it's kind of easier to hide. In English, it's just, I don't know, it's something about it. So you're saying I'm a weeb because you like watching anime? Abso-fucking-lutely. That's the way it goes. If anything, we all have aspects of weeb in us, right? You know, I'm a big Initial D fan. I've watched my fair share of SAO and all this. You know, like, I'll admit I'm a bit of a weeb as well, but I don't, you know, I'm not a binge watcher, I'll admit that. Although that's the case for every series, in all honesty. That's not just anime, I just don't binge watch. But no, yeah, we don't have a bit of weeb, it's just how far do you go? That's the dangerous part, you know. God, we're about to lap these guys. Oh my god. 19 seconds. We could probably do the same thing again. And just like stop at the finish line, take another drink, stretch it again. You know, we could maybe add on a nice, you know, get up and stretch the legs as well. You know, you never know. Because at this point we've lapped what, 3 of them? Yeah, 3 of them. We have another 2 up here, and then the NSX up there. Or was that 4? Wait, no, I'm the last car. Never mind. I was like, wait a minute, there's meant to be 6 drivers, right? Me forgetting I'm the 6th driver. Actually, can we lap the NSX? Can we lap that other NSX in this race? I'm curious. Like, it's a lot of distance we'd have to do, but we maybe could get there. Or like, could be very close to it. Which would be hilarious as hell. See, 28 seconds. So roughly 10 seconds we'd have to make up. That's totally possible. In all honesty, that's totally possible. Get out of the grass. Okay. Oof. Oh, absolutely, we can take this. Look at the gap now. Look at the gap now. That's like half the distance. And we're at 33 now, so that's what, 5 seconds of a gap, and we have... Oh yeah, we're taking him out on the final lap. That's actually how we're going to do it. We're going to lap him on the final lap. Like, I think, no joke, that's actually what's going to happen. Or even better, we'll just do it at the end of this lap. That's the crack bait. Oh, would you look at that? This is the first race where we actually lap the entire grid. And we're not even like on professional or endurance. Oh, no, I was thinking, you know, it wouldn't be until endurance that we'd have this kind of thing, but, you know, look at us go. Might even get another cheeky, I might have got 2. actually forgot to turn off the... There we go. Oof. I can point out things I like in the West, like TV shows and stuff, but they're much harder to find because of politics. For example, Mrs. Brown's Boys. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, no. Politics isn't in Mrs. Brown's Boys. If anything, it's taking the fucking slagging the shit out of, you know, Irish politics and all that, maybe at points, but not serious. What the fuck did that? Oh, because I lapped him. I was going to ask, like, wait, how was that lap time so close to mine? Because I lapped them. I didn't say it was just pointing at something you liked. Oh, right. Gotcha. I'm on the same track now. I'm on the same track. I veered off onto a separate course. I'm back on it. The course now. I'm fine. We got it. You know, I should actually ask the question too. Do you think the game looks better? Like, as a genuine question, do you think it looks better to, like, look up? Because I'm curious just, like, how far does this kind of go in terms of being noticeable? It does? Oh, grand. Oh, that's a lot more worth it. Okay. Grand job. I should have done this way sooner. Res not too good. Grand job. Definitely something I should have done way sooner then. Why is it not in 16.9? You know, 4x3 is the classic. That, and because I want to keep it a ratio in which I can have the game open and also have it so I can still see Streamlabs and not have to resort to using my phone or something, you know? Because, like, the window itself, the window is actually a decent size. I can't remember what the exact dimension is of it, but, you know, it's at a decent point now where I think going 16.9 potentially makes it so I would have to cover up a lot of, like, I wasn't even looking where I was going. But having the like mini feed in LBS and like the chat and all maybe it would be covered. So I'm like right in that fine line. Plus, you know, I kind of like the border at this point. It's kind of cool. You can still have it in 16.9, but a smaller res. Yeah, I suppose, but you know. 1600 by 900, and then was that in 16.9? See, if I had a separate monitor, I would have, in a second, you know, thrown this in another monitor and had it look as great as possible, and it'd be everything. But you know, unfortunately, I don't have another monitor, so the production value has to tank a little in that regard. Like, I still need to figure out how I'm gonna light myself up actually with the webcam. In all fairness, you only need to see the chat in OBS though. I mean, that's what I see at the minute. Like, in all fairness, that's the view I have is actually very good. Because I don't actually see the current, like, what's going on live thing, because my game covers it up. I can see the feed, I can see the chat. Like, it's actually a very good ratio at the minute for me. If your stream goes down, chat will tell you. Well, I know that part, yeah. I can actually see it for myself too, yeah, at the bottom left. Like, I can actually tell that part. by myself. But even just like in seeing things, you know, in terms of the feed and the chat and all, I'm like, I like it. By feed, I mean like, you know, new subs, followers, hosts, raids, all that. Not like feed in terms of the stream feed, not that part. I maybe should have clarified a bit. Because if you want to talk about that part, like at the minute the game is covering over the actual like feed of what you're seeing at the minute in terms of what it's showing on OBS. So basically, I know it's going fine, so I don't have to worry about it. So I just kind of cover it up with the game for my on my view anyway of the monitor. You know, I'm just thinking how I could solve my lighting problem too. Stream air there. If I streamed air there, that'd solve a lot of problems. But then if I stream at night, I can't do shit, so okay, that's... Huh. I need some way to light up my room that's not, like, turning on a massive light above me. I suppose, you know, I'll figure that part out. You know, the production will gradually increase in terms of quality. Especially because I also need to figure out how I'm gonna make a layout for like a proper permanent layout I can use for everything. Because at the minute I have like, I think 4 different layouts. Depending on if the game is just a regular Steam game, if it's an emulated game, and then if it's a fighting game. I think I want to try and like condense that down. But at the same time, I no longer have my Photoshop available. So I can't exactly, you know, do it. If I was streaming, I would change the res depending on the game. Like if it was one modder racing 1440p, fighting 1600p, one screen space. I think I get what you're going for. I mean, in terms of, actually, I was going to think, everyone's got 1920 by 1080 to work for in terms of stream space, because we only can stream 1080, so. Even then, I'm on a 1920 by 1080 monitor on top of that too, so I can't exactly go crazy. I mean, there's all things to think about anyway. We can put it this way. The production value, like, ceiling can only go up. You can always buy a cheap little monitor, like a 15-inch one. True, if I wanted to get another monitor, I'm like, I want it to be good. Because, like, the way I'm thinking is, when I get a second monitor, it'll be, like, the main monitor I have, and then the one I'm currently using now would be, like, the one more to, you know, the side, quote-unquote. So like, ideally, if I was like say streaming with the two monitors, it'd be like the better monitor would be the one that I'd be playing the game on, and like the monitor I'm currently using now, I would have the Streamlabs open, where I could kind of, you know, glance aside and look at chat and all that. And it'd also be the monitor I'd have the webcam on, so it would point more away from like the general direction of the room, you know. But that's something to look down later in the line when I, you know, can splash a bit more cash and also rearrange a bit of my room, because I have a lot of stuff I need to do in terms of buying and rearranging and all this. In all fairness. I know what's great about having these kinds of discussions, it makes these races fly by. Like, that was 9 minutes of us just chatting and I didn't even feel it. Oh shit, we're racing Monaco. Your desk can never be big enough. Oh no, my desk is definitely tiny. And not only is it tiny, it's cluttered. So there's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done for it. And even then, if I was to get a second monitor, it would be cramped. Like the desk space would be cramped. So there's a lot of unused space that I have at the minute, like at where my desk is, that I can get another desk for and, you know, capitalize. Buy a kitchen table. Well, just buy the kitchen sink while I'm at it, sure. Why not? As if I could fit a kitchen table to where I'm at the minute. Oh my god, that sun is... Wait a minute. It's either you're getting blasted by the sun or you're not. Oh my god. Yeah, me neither. Using that Lamano desk, yeah. Like, I will say I wish I had that kind of space, because I wouldn't go double, I would go triple. At a heartbeat, I would have a triple setup. But then also the thing that is, you know, cash money, which I do not have to splash on that at the minute, so I kind of want to conserve a bit of money, so it's here and there. They're very expensive. No, the white ones. Wait, they're very expensive now. Like the one. Wait, the white ones, like the one I have. Now I'll reformat this again for me to read. But they're very expensive now, such as the white ones, like the one I have, something like that. I think something like that. I get where you're going with it though. You know, even like the desk I was looking at for. I think it was actually an IKEA desk I was looking at. God, that sun is going to be distracting us all balls. The IKEA desk I was even looking at, it was like a decent size, and it didn't seem to be like, you know, break the bank expensive or anything. So I was like, oh, that's an option I can go for actually. I hate glass desks. Yeah, I can see. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't trust it enough. You know, I'd be too afraid of doing something, or yeah, basically doing something that would cause the whole thing to crash. Hey, wait a minute, you can see the buildings getting rendered in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, you can see the buildings get rendered in the distance. Maybe that's what's causing that sun to go crazy too. I gotta say, this music's actually very cool to race along to. I'm actually gonna say it's very cool Monaco music, surprisingly. Even though it's meant for like highway racing, it actually kind of works on Monaco. What shows have you been watching recently? But the only one I can actually like name off far play for like actual shows I've just been, you know, trying to get myself to actually sit down and just properly start watching it, is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, I do wish I would spend more time to, like, you know, to watch, you know, TV series and all that. Because there's a lot of good stuff I just haven't seen, and that's on me. You watched all of that, right? Well, no spoilers, I'm in the middle of season 3. And by middle of season 3, I think, like, what episode am I on? Like, episode 4, 5? Oh. Maybe. Something like that, anyway. Malcolm in the Middle was so funny back in the day. I gotta say, I definitely did watch Malcolm in the Middle. I watched that. That was great. Back when it was on. God, that sun actually is distracting. And I'm actually legit curious why it's fucking up the render on it. Charmin King was too. Charmin King? That's actually one I don't recognize, I think. You're probably younger than me. Well, I'm 23. So there's potential. Tom's 27. There we go. That solves it immediately. That solves it immediately. Fucking T5 music on Monaco is kind of nice. Like, real shit, this actually fits really well. You will remember Shaolin Showdown either? Oh, I do though, actually. I remember it. I don't remember all of watching it, but I do remember it. Which is weird. Like, there are certain shows I can remember like a lot of. There's certain ones that like I know and I liked, but I know I didn't watch all of it. Shaolin Showdown is definitely one of those where it's like, I definitely know it, and I did watch, like, you know, a decent amount, but I know for a fact I haven't watched all of it. But I still enjoyed it, you know, back then. Oh god. These races are so... Yeah, puts in perspective, I'm like, huh, 7 laps of Monaco kind of doesn't go on as much as I thought it would. I think it's just because it's a slow track. Like, I think every time I race Tokyo, it's fine, because, you know, broom, 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 go fast, that's it. Let's see, do you remember Edna and Nettie? Absolutely, love it. Powerpuff Girls, also yes, love it. Dexter's Lab, also yes, goddamn love it. And then Timmy the Tooth Fairy? Timmy the Tooth Fairy. I don't remember that one. Oh god. Well, I know Ed and Eddie. Watch the shit out of that. Same with Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab. It's just the last one, Timmy the Tooth Fairy, not ringing any bells. Yeah, they're still popular, I don't know why. They became, like, the cult classic 90s, like, cartoons. Like, they're part of, like, the cult classic ones, so they, you know, people just instantly can recognize it. Do you remember Cow and Chicken? Yes, I do, actually, yes. Yes, I do. Makes sense, yeah. It's like, I think I'm pretty sure, actually, Wood Courage classify in that same area too. Well, I know Rugrats actually would kind of go into that too, like that same sort of cult classic 90s cartoon. Same with like Recess, Arthur probably maybe as well. Maybe kind of go into that. So it's the only non-cult classics thing you don't know. To an extent, I think. I think there's probably like non-cult classic like cartoons I probably know. Like Wacky Races. Oh, I know Wacky Races. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I love Wacky Races. I even had like the PS1, or was it PS1 or PS2? It was one of them anyway, and I remember playing the hell out of that too. Pinky and the Brain. Name sounds familiar. I don't think I've like said I watched it. Wonder can I? No, I'm not gonna be able to lap this guy before the finish line. Oh, sad. Trying to think what else I would like, from like the earlier kind of cartoons that I would like. No, I've watched anyway. That hasn't been named already. Oh yeah, we won the championship. Heyo. Yeah, that's a big win he's sitting on. They don't make cartoons like that anymore. Those just wake you like anime. I mean, that's a fair one. I'll say that's fair. Okay, I can understand it in that regard. Also, we got like fuck all money for like the championship one. Oh, I tried to go down to grab the another NSX, but you know I'll take an SDK. So don't call me a weeb. Oh no, I'm absolutely still calling you a weeb. Like, it's not stopping me. But at least know the direction now. I need to do the license actually for that, so I can't do it yet. Race of NA Sports. I can do that actually now. Yeah, I can do that now actually at the minute, so I think I can actually get by it pretty well too. You know what, we're about to find out. I was actually very close to going to the dealership and buying an Audi TT, but you know, then you're just as much of a weeb. Well, I at least acknowledge that I am a weeb partially. You know, I've at least acknowledged it. We all are to an extent. Music, remember the music. There we go. Music's back. Why are you trying to use it as a scolding tool? That's just what you do. Even weebs do it to other weebs, where it's like, you know, you're watching anime, damn you fucking weeb. Even though they would watch the same amount, it's like, it just become one of those things. Like, it's almost transcended being like an actual insult now, and it's just, it's something you just do. Okay, I guess it's a fair point. Yeah, it's yeah. Probably that's the best way I can say it. Like, it was an insult because it was derived from weeaboo, but it's just gotten to the point now where it's just transcended being an actual insult, and it's just, you can just kind of throw it out and that's it. And like the person that is being called weeb is just like, alright, fair enough. I'm curious, is that my suspension that's doing that, or is that the curbs? Because I'm hearing a squeak every time I go over the curbs for the apexes. But the only problem is it's only Apricot Hill I hear it all, so I don't know if it's me or the car. Or the car on the track. Also, this NSX is like legit the best purchase we've had for a long time. Like, I can race without a care in the world, and I can talk shite, and I'll still win. You know, good job me trying to, you know, save up for it. That was a smart decision. Scolding is a thing to keep others in check. You don't like that? Well, it's not really using the scolding sense. It's more just like a, it's not even a scold. It's just like, oh, what's the proper way to kind of say what it is? Because like, it's absolutely not scold. Fuck. What's the right way to say it? I'm not even actually sure what the word is to classify, but all I know is it's not scolding. Mockery? Yes and no. Because like, it is in a sense, but it's also not, because you're not like meaning. You're not like, you don't actually mean it when you do it. At this point now, we've said weeb. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's actually, I think, very rare now to come across someone who will use the term weeb in an actual, like, mocking sense now. Like, it's actually rare. It was all the rage back in 2018. Yeah, and I think since then it's definitely, like, just ascended beyond, like, you know, an insult, and it's just kind of just another word. Even if, like, there was times when you say, you're like, ah, fucking weeb, you know, and you're saying it and you're like, huh, that should come off as an insult, but it really just doesn't, because you don't mean it like that. This is one of those things. It's like if I was to say, like, oh, fucking Brian Player over here, it's like that same kind of tone where it's like, I'm not really mocking the choice, it's more just I'm saying it. Do you know that the US is stocking more manga and less comics? I could believe that. I could believe it. The comic industry is kind of still on a bit of a head compared to manga. I can definitely believe that. If anything, it's come to the point now where you walk into a comic shop and you're like, oh, there's just manga just chilling alongside it. That's it. Oh, there's not exactly the check engine light, but it's about the closest thing you have to a check engine light in this game. Which means we're going to get some new oil in this thing after the NA race. Yeah, allowed too much politics to affect the content. I would agree with that, in a sense. I guess just comics have a harder time trying to... It's a harder time trying to... Oh, what's the word? Is it like make new stories, quote unquote? Because, like, if you look at, you know, a lot of manga stuff, it's like, you know, you're not going in the sense of superhero world, so... You know, it's a lot easier just to do your own shit. Because, like, there's political tones all over the fucking place in like, anime and manga. There still is. If anything, there's political tones in everything. Comics is fantasy. People pick them up to escape the world, not bring it back to them. I mean, so is everything. But... it just depends on whether the person wants to acknowledge it. Case in point, Metal Gear Solid. That is the biggest, like, political game ever. Yet there are some people who don't even see it as that and just see it as a game. It's all down to the reader, how easily they can perceive it, you know? I think it's just easier for anime and manga to do it, because it's harder to kind of catch on to, because it's not Western media, you know? Like in Western media, we've gotten to the point now where we can catch on to political themes sort of quickly. Like, even if it is a fantasy story that's being told, you can still kind of catch on. And it hasn't got to that point yet where, you know, anime and manga, where you can kind of just catch on to a political thing easily and just be like, ah, it's political. It's like, same thing with games too. There's a lot about fucking games too, where it's like there's definite like political tones and everything. Or I say not everything, but you know, in a lot of things anyway. That people just completely just like goes over their head. They don't take it on. Because they're too focused on the escape point that the political stuff just doesn't come up. Metal Gear Solid isn't that political. Definitely more about post-war though. Metal Gear Solid is one of the most political, like, stuff I can think of when it comes to, you know, politics and war and the politics around war and everything. Like, learning the whole politics about Metal Gear Solid, the entire series. Like, the entire series is kind of rooted in the whole political point of war and the whole economic stuff of it. Also, I keep forgetting music. Like, don't get me wrong, Metal Gear Solid as a franchise is fucking great. It's amazing. I love playing it. You know? Hands down, great. One of the best series ever out there. Kojima's best work, right? But if you're trying to like skip by and be like, it's not that political, I think it's you're wrong. I think if you try and say it's not that political, then you don't. There's a lot of things you just don't end up seeing, quote unquote. Because like Metal Gear Solid does deal with a lot of like different situations. Even though it's still like a war situation, it still deals with a lot. Yeah, it's a very good franchise. It's based on real history though. I mean, yeah, it is based on real history, so it can kind of call a lot of the stuff, but even when it starts to still go off in its own directions for certain things, it still can just call on a lot of political like themes and all that. So I still think just that someone saying, oh, Metal Gear Solid is not that political is one of the most dumpster kind of takes I think you can say, in my opinion at least. If you were to say, you know, you don't like think it's that political in terms of like a scale level of it, then I think that could be debated on. Like I'm more so at this point chatting with people who just straight up don't believe it's political. I think at that one. But I think if you start going on a scale of what's going on, then I think yeah, it changes. Hey, I see you in there, Dean. What's up? How's it going? How has your big Thursday been? Or well, you're already a decent chunk into Big Friday at this point. We've already edged into Big Friday myself, you know, or ourselves, but we're not as far into it as you at the minute. says late here, you're just popping by before bed. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate that. Me and Digital, we've just been talking all kinds of shit between ourselves. That's been great. Because I think this stream's actually been killing two birds with one stone, where I'm trying to, you know, have a nice wee stream where I play through Gran Turismo and, like, you know, continue the road to 100%, but it's also so that I can get more tired and go to sleep for the morning. It's great. CJ Genshin Impact stream when? I have... who knows? All I know is a lot of people are playing it and I'm not at the moment. Working on the bike 100% in it. See, exactly. The bike 100% has to be done. It's not, you know, priority in terms of what a stream's going to be on. It's not a priority, but, you know, when it can pop up, if it's an option, it's probably going to pop up. Also was noticing my light thing just went off. Huh. Fascinating. Also lost my mouse again. Let me get it back. There we go. I don't know why Streamlabs is doing that to me. There's only one game you want. Alright, bring it on. I think I know what it is. It may start with a T. It may have a 7. Let's see, what car is going to give me for NA? An RX-8 concept, alright. And this is the point where the RX-8 actually was still that, a concept. Ninja Gaiden Collection on PC. Oh, I was way off then. I can rate it though. I can rate it. Right, we said we'd do it. We're gonna do a nice wee oil change. Right, also, we're gonna give it a wee wash. Why not? Just a wee wash. There we go, look at that. Nice wee watch. Watch? Wash. Right, let's reevaluate the situation for what we have to do event-wise. Let's see, let's stop it. Right, so I have an Audi TT to grab, I have a Mercedes to grab, an Altezza to grab, and a Beetle to grab in terms of cars. I'm trying to think what gives me more bang for my buck at the minute. We in the triple digits on the money. We may leave triple digits soon, who knows? I have a Skyline actually I won. It's not an R34, I'll admit, it's not an R34, but we did win a Skyline. However, we would have to we'd have to do the license for it, and we're kind of doing as much as we can just on the A and B license races at the moment. European Championship, huh? G2, that's AB. FF Challenge, did I not have... Huh, I didn't realize I didn't do that. Well, we'll do it now. Maybe, if we can find a good front-wheel drive car. Definitely not the Vets. Consorted by front-wheel drive, there we go. Four-wheel drive, FR, MR, FR, FF. Oh, FF. I wonder, is that the best I have? 167, 270, 151, but Lamau, I'm not driving that. FF, but it's a money. And this is 200 out the gate. I think we go for it. We can use this put a tiny bit of upgrades into it, and then we'll be flying our way through it. There's an area here where it's part like Monaco, Ferraris, and all other fancy cars around every direction. Ooh, I like that. I like the sound of that. Yo, let me see that district real quick. Wonder, can I turbo it? I can. Okay, there goes the easy. There goes the easy upgrade out the window. Ain't no area like that in Dublin. Imagine Dublin having an area like that, where it's just fucking Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all of this just floating about. Just that they'd be floating about, and then they just be getting stolen, or just be something else. Go play on pad. Oh wow, it'd be a real shame if I weren't already playing on pad. Woohoo! They'll be gone in less than a week. Exactly. Those would get stolen so fast. I might as well put the Yield racing muffler on. And seeing as we have the cash, we can do the NA tune-up. Oh, I just noticed my points got refunded from requesting all those characters in KOF 2K2. You're welcome, by the way. You're welcome. The only ones I didn't refund was the my requests. That was about it. You're in my garage. Hey, what's up, Mark? We can take that too. There we go. That's good enough par. That's good enough par. You never did play Dwayne The Rock Johnson though. Look, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson was in KOF 2K2, I would have played him. But he's not. He's in KOF All-Stars, which is the mobile gacha game, which I don't have the ability to stream. You know, it's the if-you-do situation of this. We only need the Geese. Geese is banned. Geese is banned in KOF 2K2, so I wouldn't even have been able to do that either. Like, both the regular and the Nightmare version is always banned, so... He might be an MK11 at this rate. True, actually. I'll admit, seeing Rambo today, even though he was kind of leaked early, like, oh, he looks amazing, actually. Like, they got the likeness of Sylvester Stallone really well for the visual. Like, goddamn, they got it well. Like, even the Rain and Melina, like, they look good too. You know? Like, Ray looks... look, as a straight guy, I'll admit it, Ray looks hot, right? I'll admit that. If we're getting one more guest character, you expect another broken one? Well, it's time to have Kiryu be top tier, baby. Kamurocho is gonna be a place people hate to see because of how good Kiryu will be. Also just realizing that there's tire wear in this race. Well, hold up. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get some better tires on, because I do not want to fight with very bad tire wear. Not in a front wheel drive car. Not in a front wheel drive car. If you want another TGP, pick him day one. Ah yes, let me just speed run my way through ranked. And I'll get yeah, Tekken God Omega, so we'll get talking to Tekken God Omega on the speed run. Uh, Season 3 is so broken. Yeah, Season 3 just turned out to be kind of whack. Like, there's things it did right, but it's done a lot of wrong. Just don't pick a fundamental character. There is no fundamentals, only monkey. You know, reject fundamentals. Oh god. You know what, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We took that corner fine. Don't worry about it. White work for your one, we can do 80% damage. Oh, yeah, okay, let me pick up a Gumo. Or Geese. Well, Geese not maybe as bad. Depends. Reject fundamentals, embrace tradition. Alright, I'll pick up a Mishima then. Even then, Season 3 Mishimas are still... Season 3 Mishimas are kinda good for damage too, especially Kazuya. Just do triple electrics into, what? Once they get back to 1, you're just sorted. Reject fundamentals, spam, top tier characters. Sure, I mean, look, you can say that about any fighting game on that one. Like, I think it's amazingly enough that Season 3 has actually made it so that the top tiers are a lot more noticeable in terms of fighting. You know? Like, Season 1 kinda had that problem. Like, it kinda does, because between, like, your Dragunov, your Jack, and your Kazumi. But Season 2 balanced the field a lot easier. Like, we still had, you know, some clear top tiers in there. But, like, the rest of the cast was a lot easier to do shit with. Season 3's kinda done the same thing, where, like, the power creeps has happened, but some characters just went a lot higher than, like, others, a lot easier. And, you know, let's not mention the elephants in the room of Leroy and Falcon Ram. You know, they've done their damage in terms of tiers. Like, fucking, it still shames me not shames me, but it disappoints me that they have such an amazing design that is Leroy Smith, and then you play him and you turn off your brain and you still win. You can be bad and you can still win. You know? It's just one of the things that's just, it hurts because he looks so goddamn cool. And then we get to Falcon Ram, where it's just like, you look at Falcon Ram and you think, you could have been Bruce. You know? It's not like Josie, where, like, it's clear, like, you know, you have some Bruce things, but, you know, it's clear that, you know, you're your own character. Falcon Ram is like, dog, you could have been Bruce. Like, you just could have been Bruce. It's like T5 Overcan, death combos everywhere. Yeah, no. I don't even care about clean driving at this point, I'm just talking shit, so... One mistake, you're dead. Well, yeah, well, it's more 2 mistakes. Although, but then the second mistake is harder to kind of, quote-unquote, make the mistake on, because it's more intense than you can guess. But at the same time, it's one of those weird things, because, like, I've seen a lot of rounds in Season 3 where it's not, you know, it isn't the case where it's just one mistake, you're dead, wall, that's it, bing bang boom. And I've seen a lot more back and forth rounds that start to happen in Season 3. but it is very easy to do. You know, your classic. You hit a button, launched, got him. Wall, got him. You know, set up some Oki that you got to guess on. You guessed wrong, got him. Perfect, baby. Or you know, very close to perfect. I'm pretty sure they are going to be addressing that in Season 4 anyway. Like, they definitely, balance-wise, acknowledge that the damage is definitely too high at the minute. Like, they definitely, like, know that. And it's just kind of, like, the hope that they do good for the balancing, you know? Because, like, right, if Season 4 goes well, right, then we'll have a attacking game where the netcode will be great, if we're to believe Markman and Anakin. Anakin, I believe, more than Markman. We'll have better online in terms of matchmaking, because we can see if our opponent's connection's not going to be great based on what they're connected using, because of the Wi-Fi indicator. We'll have a new rank and a new ranking system, so it should stop the, like, hell that end up being created at, like, certain ranks. So, like, for lower level players, that's green and yellow. For the mid-range, that starts to become, like, red and purple. And high level, then it becomes, you know, all my characters are TGP, help, sort of thing. Won't stop. I'm assuming that means pluggers, but okay, yeah, won't stop pluggers though. I mean, pluggers are still a hard thing to kind of police. Like, they can definitely, like, I think they are. Well, I would hope anyway that they're putting in some kind of, like, system into the game where it will legitimately penalize you for plugging on people. So, like, I'm hopeful for it. If they're putting this much effort into improving the online experience, right? I think that's something they would be in their best interest to do as well. It becomes just one of the things of, do I think they would do it? I don't know, with the amount of extra stuff they're doing, it's I don't know. It's hard for me to kind of confirm whether they would do it. That's the thing. I also realized we forgot the music again. We were actually chatting that much shite that I forgot the music. 24-hour ban, that would do it. I mean, that'd be one of them. I'd be like one of those stage. Actually, I know what you do. You look at what Dragon Ball's done, or at least I think it's Dragon Ball, where it's like it actually has like a proper quote-unquote ban system in place, where it's like if you're plugging or you're, like, you know, disconnecting from a match that isn't didn't complete properly, then you get banned from just playing online for like a set amount of time. I don't know if that, like, increases though incrementally, like the more you do it. I don't know, but I know that's a thing where it's starting to become a thing where, like, you know, the pluggers on Dragon Ball are like, "Wow, I spent my money on this game, I should be able to play it online." No, listen, you're just like, "Aye, mate, stop plugging then. You know, take those L's." But it's still one of those things that's kind of, it's on the trickier side to kind of police, but it's not impossible. As it's not tricky in terms of, like, the logic. It's tricky on the terms of the tracking of it, you know, because they're like, on the PC version, say, of T7, what if a match finishes, or like doesn't finish, like, you know, someone wants it properly because of Steam maintenance? You know, like, that's something you kind of have to maybe think about too for development side. Because what if it ends up you're in the middle of a deathmatch with someone, you both get disconnected, and the game goes, right, well, you didn't finish this last match, so we're gonna slap a little penalty on you. Verification is needed. See, verification is needed, it becomes the point though. It's just programming that on and getting it to figure out whether or not the reason for disconnection was because of a plug, was because of a genuine, no, I say genuine, like network failure. So like say your net goes out for the day, and that's the reason why you go, not just you plug out and you plug back on. Or for the reason of like Steam, for like the PC versions where, you know, the entire thing is getting maintenance done so nobody can play. It's about like programming the distinctions for that. So the game knows, right, you know, you disconnected for this reason and not for this reason. So it's kind of can help stop the unwarranted kind of punishment, which has like the danger of happening. God, racing through Rome with fucking Doom music. Oof. You know, something I do have to like fight about with soon is like how lenient is the Twitch like VODs now when it comes to, you know, quote unquote copyright music. Although I think it's still like not relatively the same, but I think it's still like around that same sort of path, or say path, that same kind of area it was still in, but I don't think it's relaxed that much. But I'm curious to try it at some point. I'm sure they'll come up with something. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they'll come up with something in terms of, you know, online punishment for, you know, plugging and all that. It's just there's a, you know, a lot of kind of barriers that you kind of have to consider and program in and make sure it actually works properly, you know. I really want more items for customization. Right. Let me one-up you on that. Not more items. I want more customization slots. Let me tell you, 10 slots does not cover shit when it comes to me and Tekken, right? The amount of outfits that I've had to go, right, well, I'm not going to be using you anytime soon, so bye-bye. And then as I make another idea, I'm like, this hurts, man. Like, if the slots went up, like, if were doubled, and I had 20, I would likely still fill those 20. But I would have a lot easier time just being like, yeah, I'm more free to do an idea, you know? Because like there's even outfit ideas where I'm like, say the Josie outfit I have, where it's the like the black top, the black like leather, and all that, and like a red bow. I have the idea to like, you know, to mix up the colors for that and do like a different like coloration on it. But because I have, you know, modded character slots and like the other slots and all that too, like it's different things, I can't just make another customization slot where it's, you know, the same outfit but different colors that I think would look cool. Which is a real shame because, man, the amount of cool ass ideas I get, and then I have to like just eventually tick away to put another good idea on. It happens way too much in my case. Why can't I get Brian Devil Horns? I mean, technically you can. It's just one that you know, it's not permanent in terms of how it looks. Well, can I have more than one item in the head? True, that's another thing. I assume that's just like you like what Geese's like overall outfit is, and you like to like apply it to more characters, which I can also agree on because like Geese's like bottom outfit works for a lot of characters. Like it works for a surprising amount of characters in terms of just an aesthetic. And it's the same thing with a lot of character outfits actually, where it's like, if you put it onto another character, you can easily work with it. And that's the reason why like the modders are constantly like putting another character's outfit onto, you know, this character for you to work with, because it just would work. It also just works for them too. The head effects haven't changed since T6. They haven't. Like, they're a lot cleaner. Like, they're not the same. Because, like, I'm pretty sure Tag 2 and T6's, like, boost sparks and all that are, like, a lot more chunkier in terms of how they come out compared to the likes of now. Although Tag 2 is probably, like, less, so I think Tag 2 is still roughly the same. Like, T6 is, like, maybe on the different side. I know Tag 2 is the same-ish. Not as high resolution for some of the things, but for the most part, design-wise, they're the same. I'm trying to think what else. Like pads around the arms. Well, actually, that's something actually I can say that too. The outfit placements on characters, like, there's some characters I want to wear a t-shirt on, right? But that t-shirt makes them look like they've, you know, it's been 2 weeks of lockdown and they haven't been able to go out and fight, and they've been indulging themselves a wee bit, you know. That's the way the fitment looks like for some of them, which is a real shame, because there's times I just want to wear a goddamn t-shirt on a character, you know. They only look cleaner because they're using a new engine. I suppose, actually, that's a way that you can justify it. But at the same time, though, that's like hit and miss on like using the new engine argument, because there's certain things the new engine doesn't do as well as the previous ones. They look like total dorks with some items. Yeah, that I can agree on. That I can actually agree on. Like the fitments of the items compared to the character's body, it's just not what it should be in for some things. Also, a early Friday night, technically Friday morning time in terms of music. Ew. Like the t-shirt is just like one of many of the items, you know. Like on the female characters, their motorcycle jacket. Cool idea. One of the worst looking items in terms of a placement on the character I've seen. You know. You don't get why everyone wants a new Tekken apart from the 2D characters aspect. Well, it's one of those things where it's just some people maybe are just, you know, they want a change in terms of system mechanics and all that. You know, like they kind of are looking for that fundamental, like real fundamental change in terms of the game system. Because like there's only so much a season pass or like different seasons and stuff can fundamentally change T7. There's still going to be stuff that people maybe don't agree on, like maybe are potentially getting tired of, you know. Could be that, you know, the same case where like they're at a point now where like, okay, they maybe, you know, want to look at something else for in terms of system mechanics. They're doing that already though. You'll have to elaborate on that, because like new moves are not the same thing. I know if that's what you're going to say. I'm talking like system mechanics, like it changes the the fundamental way you fight in that Tekken, you know. Like the way that Rage Art and Rage Drive do in this game, the way that like Tag Crash and Rage work in Tag 2, the way that just Rage was in general just a new thing that appeared in T6, 5 having universal walls, that had a constant way that you hit them. 4 with the introduction of walls and stage levels. 3 with the aspect of real 3D movement that you could actually sidestep, into and out of the background. T2 and T1 are kind of harder to distinguish from each other in terms of that, but like you get that kind of direction I'm going with though for the argument. Like, I'm not just like at the point where I'm talking about features. I'm talking about like like features that would fundamentally change how the overall game plays for every character. Like in terms of how they would approach Tekken. Because like it's clear at this point that we have, a good system in place for 3D environments. In terms of like how we approach our arena design for stages and all that. Like that part is clear, but it's more so like the fight around it is, the part I think people are trying to get in on. Most people don't even know what they want in T8, they just want a new Tekken. Well, I mean, that's fair. You try and sit down the fans and try and get them to create an idea, you're not gonna get shit. Like, who in Tag 2 or T6 would have said, give me a move I can do only in Rage that's like a buff version of my normal move? Nobody would have said that. Nobody also would have said, give me a Rage or give me a super I could do only in Rage. Nobody would have said that at all. So it's just the point where, it's almost the team themselves didn't create those kind of ideas. Because I think it's, community-wise, it's tough to kind of do. Because we're so used to what we have now. And even like trying to look across to what other games do, there's only so much we can kind of learn for the most part, They already had Rage moves in Tag 2. I'm not talking like, right, I know what you're on about. You're on about Tag Crash. I'm talking like specific move that you do that, like, was a powered up version of how you approached the game and not an escape situation. Because Tag Crash was an escape situation where you gave up your Rage in exchange for not taking a mix-up or an Oki situation. Instead, Whereas I'm referring to the sense of what Rage Drive and in a sense of what Rage Art is too, where it's like a very buff move that you can use only once when you're in Rage, and it takes up that Rage use, Like, Tag 2 didn't have that kind of same thing. You can use it in combos too. That is Tag Assault. That isn't like, it gives the Rage to the other person's partner, but it's not a Rage move. It's not a move where, you get in Rage, use a, to do something, and, you use that Rage for it. It's you just hitting them, bringing in your character for more additional damage, carry and all that, and giving your partner, or their partner, Rage immediately, regardless of, like, character relationship, and health, immediately, Tag Escape and Tag Crash are two different things. Oh man, I won't argue that point. I won't argue against that. I do think they're different things. I just don't think they are what you're trying to say they are in terms of being a Rage move. Like, Tag Escape, I can see you being able to argue more on it, because it's a physical command you do only in Rage, but it's only something as a defensive mechanic. It's not like something you're using to necessarily boost offense or anything, or like to something to, like, Yeah, I suppose that's kind of the same way to say it. They use rage, was your point? Well, if you're going to say that, then you could just go back to T6 and be like, well, there's rage. You know? And so if your point is on the like creative uses of how to like implement rage, then I can see that a bit more. Like, they definitely don't serve the same purpose, or not purpose. Well, yeah, actually, I can say that. Yeah, same purpose and like things that Tekken 7 does for rage, you know. Powered up moves and rage arts for more copies of Street Fighter. I mean, there are copies of just 2D games in general. Like, that's a no big deal on that one. But even then, like, the idea of just using that sort of same logic for Tekken was like, huh, it's actually a good idea. Like, I suppose it's an easy thing that for anything, like, if it uses a 2D sort of esque mindset to go, oh, that's Street Fighter. I think you have to kind of acknowledge that it's not just Street Fighter in terms of 2D games for this to kind of go off, you know. Damn, they're sticking on really well, actually. In all fairness, they're sticking on kind of well. But on like the major like takeaway, like a point on this is that I think that we as a community just wouldn't be able to come up with like a good mechanic that would fundamentally change Tekken as it is, you know. I don't think we can, I don't believe that we can come up with something, you know. Because like, hell, even in Season 1, if you were to say to someone, "Aye, what if we took this move and made them bounce off the wall?" The person would have laughed at you. Yeah, here we are. In Season 2 and 3, being like, yep, that move bounces off the wall. You know, it's been like one of those kind of ideas where you'd almost get laughed at, in a sense. Or either not get laughed at, or something you genuinely would not think of. Understand what you're saying. Elaborate then. Like, what points do you think I'm not talking good on? Yeah, like, what points do you think I'm not carrying across, or like what you would disagree with on that? It's actually been a while since I've heard Revolution music, I'm just thinking. I'll savor this. Oh, don't go off the track. Okay. Oh god, I think that's the FF challenge done. I think, anyway. I'm not 100% sure, that's the question. I can't remember if we had like another race in it. Put it this way, we're about to find out. No, that was the last one. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's the TRD Celica. Ah. Well, thank you, game. Let's see, I'll read this right. To say the community couldn't come up with a new mechanic is an understatement. The real question is what is wrong with Tekken? Everything always comes back to balancing. At this point, Namco is out of ideas and is basically copying Street Fighter mechanics. They're... let's see. They're Tekken only competition. Alright, they're Tekken's only competition. Virtua Fighter was more innovative than both of them. Intriguing point. I think the aspect of saying it's copying Street Fighter and just only saying Street Fighter, I think is a whack take. I think you have to say it looks at 2D games more. That's like a thing to look at. Because I think like the whole thing of like trying to say 2D games as Street Fighter is, you know, whack to like try and compare it to. But even then, balance isn't like... what's the way to say this? Like, look, we saw ourselves, I suppose, in like balancing that. Even the community kind of struggles with it, right? Like, I've lost count of the amount of moveset extractor, like, patch notes that people have made where it's like, you're not creating a weakness anymore, you're just creating a really good character, you know? And even in terms of, like, game design reasons, like, I can definitely, like, I'll agree some points where, like, VF probably did innovate more, right? Like, I can definitely say, like, well, I'll say definitely, but I can probably say, yeah, VF probably did innovate more. But at the same time, in Street Fighter, you have to kind of look at the fact that they, in a sense, reinvented the wheel on each, like, mainline series they done, or, like, mainline series title they done, you know? Like, they obviously they kept a lot of the, you know, the normal stuff, but then, you know, you go from, say, 3 to 4, and 4 takes out the aspect of parrying on defense as a defensive mechanic, and, like, you know, EX moves being something you can throw out a lot more, and the idea of, like, you know, carrying multiple supers and all that in exchange for a more combo heavy, or I say combo heavy, but more, yeah, combo heavy in a sense, yeah. More combo heavy and harder to, like, hoard supers on, right? Then you also have the aspect of like how neutral lane starts to get played out, and that becomes different then because of focus attack, you know. And even then, that in itself changes then when you go from 45, where the overall how you play it suddenly drastically changes too. Let's see, Namco already owns some really big fighting game titles apart from Tekken. They don't know what they're doing anymore with Tekken, and it shows. It's basically fan service at this point. you're gonna say it in terms of characters, sure, maybe. But that's an interesting or intriguing point. Well, look, you can. Alright, they say Namco doesn't know what it's doing with anymore with Tekken. Is in itself a bad take because of the fact that Tekken 7 is the most like the best Tekken for like fighting game wise since Tekken 3, right? So I think at that part you kind of like you go off that point a bit. Yes, characters. Okay, character-wise, I can see it more, right? And I can see it more because of the fact that the game was made very much so on a budget because of Tag 2. Where Tag 2, they put a lot of work into the characters, a lot of like development time on them, and it didn't end up paying off. So T7, they went with a lot more like staggered approach for it because they didn't have the funds available for them to do it. Which is why, you know, staple Tekken characters got pushed out down the line in terms of actually coming back to the game, you know? Don't forget, the Tekken community is very strong. It is, but it's not as big as it was until now. Like, Tekken 7 grew the whole Tekken community a lot, like a fucking ton. You know? Like, if you were to try and go for, like, you know, what we have now in terms of a community, numbers-wise, and, like, just in terms of players, like, playing each other, and all that, and even, like, if you're trying to find locally, you don't get that as much where you do, like, the other Tekkens. Even if you were to argue that the other Tekkens are better at certain things, it's what the community, like, is able to both do its own, bring other players in and keep other players in, you know? Because, like, there's some amazing fighting games out there, but they, in terms of being able to attract and keep new players in, it's, or I say new players, but attract the new players and keep the players in and then be able to let them just grow, you know? It becomes like a fine line you're walking on. Community picks up more slack than you give it credit for. Oh, and don't get me wrong, the community's great. I love it, right? I fucking love deadass. I love this community, right? But I think just immediately writing off just the game as being shit, or like the game's just this, the game's just that, I think that ends up becoming a dangerous attitude to have. Because it starts to come to the point where you start seeing the negatives too much, right? Which I suppose, and like whenever a season starts to drag on, it's easier to do. Which, case in point, we are now with, you know, Season 4 is on the horizon. We don't know when that horizon exactly is, like precisely as the date. So we're just able to rag more on the flaws now as it is now until we get there. You know? We had that same kind of point, like same sort of things you could do at the end of Season 1, the end of Season 2. You know? You can kind of have the same sort of things there where it's like you're seeing the same sort of things. You like the whole look at the whole picture. Well, yeah, I suppose. Cause like, I'm trying to like envision what I want to say on that, like just based on that. Yo, hey Wilson, what's up? What's the crack? So I'm trying to think of that whole point. Cause like I've said a lot in terms of Tekken. Like I know myself. I've said a lot on it, and I don't want to repeat myself. And end up like circling back and end up ranting unnecessarily, you know. I'm actually gonna quickly save the game too when we're here. Boop. Right, huh? Actually, we're 2 hours in the damn, we are actually over 2 hours. Shit. I didn't even realize. Yeah, no wonder why we're over 2 hours and it's fucking 25 to 2. I have to be up at a lecture at 9 in the morning. Whoops. Well, without knowing it, we may have to start to close out stream because I need to get sleep. Because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I kinda need some tonight. Because I've been slowly messing up the sleep schedule and I kinda want to get it back on track. Whoops. I've been playing Tekken for a long time, so my view is different from yours. I mean, yes and no. Like, obviously, yeah, you've been playing Tekken for a while, so it's clear. I don't know. Like, probably it's me saying yes and no, and that was probably just gut reaction instead. Okay, I can acknowledge it at least. I'm trying to think, what do we have? Like, maybe I can do, like, squeeze out one last event. One last event, what can we do? I'm trying to think, what do we have that's short and sweet that we can do?
Why, thank you. I am the world president.
Hey, thank you, James the First Man. Thank you very much for that follow. Very appreciative, my man. Soul of Garage, good ST music. It's a good theme. It's good music to just sit along and just think to, as we're discussing with chat. You know, GT3 in itself has a lot of good bangers for its menus, so hey. Given that, I don't actually think we have a lot of stuff we can just easily do. Transcourse John Mountain, Rome. Is now the time we pick up a Mercedes? I think now's the time we pick up a Mercedes. Yeah, I think now's the time we pick up a Mercedes, yeah. Are you okay, CJ? No, I'm fine. I'm more so like debating, like, do I continue on or not? That's the thing, just like I'm debating, like, right, do I go off now and go to sleep, or like do I squeeze out one last quick event, you know? Because like I'll admit it, I'm feeling tired. I'll admit it. Like, the stream has definitely done the job I wanted it to, where I wanted it to like end up with me being tired. It's definitely done that. Let's try to think, do we want to do that one last event? Nah, you know what, I need my sleep. No, I would if I didn't have a morning lecture. I would if I didn't have a morning lecture, but seeing as I have one, no. If it was an afternoon lecture, I'd be more willing to go on, but nah, I need my sleep. Besides, we'll have a big Friday stream tomorrow too, so which I'll admit will not be TT3, but you know, it'll be doing. The 100% run will continue. We're on track for it, you know, we're doing fine. Oh wow, dear god, that sub count went down mighty fast. A lot of subs just expired and woof. I didn't even notice until now. Well. Well, I can definitely say. Tekken 7 tomorrow? Probably. Actually, probably. I know I have stuff I need to like go over in the lab and all that. And I have like things I need to improve on, so in all likelihood it might end up being a Tekken 7 stream. I know for a fact too I have to I do need to rework the channel points again. Less so on like requesting sets, more so on the whole character requests and playing on pad and all that, because I think it's too cheap at the minute. It's too cheap and too frequent to be able to do. So I want to kind of change it up. But I need to think about it more. But well. Well, thanks everyone for joining me. Believe it or not, this GT3 music is actually still working well for our closing out thing, so this is great. I don't even have to close the game yet. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for everyone who chilled. Cause I'll admit I didn't really plan this stream, it was more so just for me to play. That was it. I will be streaming tomorrow, because obviously it's Big Friday. Yeah, you already know me. I love my Big Friday. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll try for like an earlier start time, so like a longer stream. I'll try for it anyway. But yeah, till then, see y'all next time.